All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to QFit Circuit. This is Shannon from the Houston Fitness Center. If you did not see in the chat today, you need a mat, a few weights, light, medium, heavy. I have anywhere between 10 to 15s. A mini band is optional. So real quick, Go for the Gold is going on right now. Today is the last day to register at 11:45 p.m. That's Central Time. And you have to put in your number of squats that you've done for the past 3 days, including today, by tonight. So don't try to do it tomorrow. Make sure you put them in tonight. All right, I'm going to take down this slide. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Our goal today is 80 squats. Okay, you might get more than that in. Last week we did about 70 push-ups. The week before that we did somewhere between 80 to 100 glute bridges. Today we have squats. I've been gearing you guys up to complete this. We're going to start off with our warm-up. If you guys would go ahead and meet me at the bottom of your mat, we're going to start stretching it out. Feet are about shoulder width apart, hands behind your head. We're going to start with our good morning. So you push those hips back to the wall behind you, come back up. And then I want you to come up onto those tippy toes, a little calf raise. Breathe in as you lower, exhale, come up. Breathe in as you lower, exhale, come up. Stretching out your hamstrings, your glutes, and then those calves. We cannot neglect those calves. All right, we're going to do a few more reps here. Work on that breathing pattern, in with your nose, out with your mouth. And now this time we're going to reach our hands down, our quads down towards our toes, stretching out those hamstrings as best as you can. And we're going to walk it into a plank. We're activating our core. I want you to squeeze those glutes. Feet are probably about shoulder width apart, but you can bring them out further if you need for a little bit more stability. Deep breaths in with your nose, out with your mouth. Go ahead and bring that right foot forward. Greatest stretch. This is for our hip flexors. All right, my palms are on the inside of my right foot. We're going to try to push those hips down and forward. So you're trying to get that knee to hover right over the mat, and we're going to switch sides. So now you're going to come back into that plank, and now left foot is forward. And again, you're trying to push those hips forward and down so that right knee is hovering right over the mat. And switch sides. If you guys have been doing a lot of squats this week, this one's going to feel tighter than normal. And push those hips down. I'm going to have you take that right hand, reach it up towards the ceiling, rotating underneath those shoulder blades. Big reach up towards the ceiling. And then take that elbow, drop it down to that heel to get a deeper stretch. And then again, rotate underneath those shoulder blades. We're trying to warm up that back. Work on the mobility of our spine. And again, big reach up towards the ceiling. You're still trying to push those hips down and forward. All right, remember that cue. One more time. Big reach up. And we're going to switch sides. Place that palm back down. Left foot is forward. Right next to those palms. All right, drive those hips forward and down. So that right knee's hovering right over the mat. And then take that left hand, big reach up towards the ceiling. And then take that elbow, reach it down towards that heel. And again, big reach up, opening up that chest and drop that elbow, big reach up. We're going to do it 2 more times. Drop that elbow and then big reach up. Again, rotating underneath those shoulder blades, not rotating in the hips. Come into that plank. And then you're going to come into tabletop, going into cat-cow. You're going to drop your belly, look up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to reverse it. Tuck that tailbone in, tuck that chin in towards your chest, and reverse. Going into cow, and then reverse going into cat. Exaggerate it in the spine. And again, into cow, into cat. Think about that anterior and posterior tilt with your pelvis, working on that spine mobility. And then now I want you to find a neutral position. So no anterior, no posterior tilts. And we're going to go into bird dogs. You're going to reach opposite arm, opposite leg, activating that core, activating those glutes. Arm is right by your ear. Leg reaches out, opposite side, toe pointing down. So no ballerina toes. Big reach. Think about elongating that spine. You're warming up those muscles that run along your spine as well. And now you're going to go into an X-bird dog. That means your right arm is going to come out to the side, not just straight, and then left leg come out to the side. And then reverse, getting a little bit more of that side glute activation. Beautiful. All right, we have about 1 minute until our workout starts. Guys, if you're just hopping on, our goal today is at least 80 squats. At least 80. You might get more than that. All right? All right, last rep. I want you guys to come back into that plank and then walk those hands up towards your toes. You can count these reps we're about to do, a little bit of light squats towards your total for the goals. All right, so you're knocking out some squats right here, just still warming up. Body weight squats, driving out those knees, coming back up. Our first round starts in 30 seconds. We're going to have 20 weighted squats or body weight, up to you. You're going to have 45 seconds to complete those squats. Go ahead and take one foot, reach up nice and high. Bring those knees together, switch sides. Then we're going to have a deadlift to calf raise, a plank row, or put that on repeat, and then another set of squats. All right, so think again, exercises sandwiched in between. We're knocking out squats. Our workout starts now, 45 seconds to knock out at least 20 squats. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 25 seconds. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I've just done 20 squats. We have about 20 seconds for our next exercise. We had deadlift to calf raise. We're building off what we did last week. I'm going to grab my heavier weights. My feet are going to be shoulder width apart. You're going to pack those shoulders. Think about pulling those shoulders down and back. 3, 2, 1, and hinge. Push out with those hips. Come back up. Half raise, like what we did in that warm up. Breathe in as you lower. Exhale. Come up. So our deadlift calf raise and our plank row are sandwiched in between our squats. Just for this first round. The second round, it won't be sandwiched in. We'll always end in squats. Deadlift, calf raise. 5, 3, 2, rest. We're going to come down to our mat. Our plank row. You pick what size weights you want to use. You can be on your toes or on your knees. We have 5 seconds. And 2, 1, either up on a plank or on those knees, and you're going to pull up towards your pocket. You're trying not to sway those hips. This is an anti-rotation exercise. If your feet are farther apart from each other, the easier it's going to be. The closer together, the harder it's going to be. We have 10 seconds. Right, left, right, left. Finish that rep. Back to deadlift calf raise. So again, these are exercises sandwiched in between. We're doing them twice before we do another set of squats. And go, pack those shoulders, hinge, come up, tippy toes. Stretching out those glutes and those hamstrings. Think about pushing those hips back to the wall behind you. The movement's in your hips, not in your knees. Your knees are just slightly bent. See a good blood flow. Think about squeezing an orange in that armpit to help activate those lats. 2, 1, release. Plank row. Slowly drop those weights. We're going to come into that plank, either on your toes or on your knees, up to you. And go. Again, anti-rotation exercise. Those shoulders and wrists should be lined up. You want those weights right underneath your shoulders, underneath that chest. If you need to modify, you take out those feet nice and far. If you need to, come down onto those knees and pull. Almost there. 3, 2, I'm going to make it even on the left side. Rest. Beautiful. All right, guys, if you have that mini band, I want you to go ahead and grab it because we have banded squats. These are going to go right above the knees, and we're trying to drive out this band. Ready? And go. You guys have done 20 squats. This is 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Trying to get those glutes to do some work. 27, 28, 29, 30. We need 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 seconds. 7, 8, 9, whoo, 10, and rest. You've knocked out 40 squats so far. If you didn't count that warm up, you have a little bit more than that. Okay, we are resting. You guys have finished round number 1. Round number 2 is coming up. Remember, it's 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. But whenever you have your squats, your 20 squats, you have 45 seconds to complete that. All right, round 2. We're going to have push-ups, tricep extensions, plus a hollow hold. We'll put those on repeat, and then end with squats. This time, our squats are going to be heel elevated. You don't have to do heel elevated, but that is an option. All right, we're going to come down onto our mat because we're about to start. Up on your toes or on your knees, up to you. For 30 seconds, we have push-ups. Drop that chest all the way to the floor and come back up. Breathe in as you lower, exhale, coming up. Palms are right underneath those shoulders. You're squeezing that glute. Think about that anterior and posterior tilt that we talked about before. I want you to find neutral. You might have to tuck in those glutes to get you more into neutral. 2, 1, and rest. You're going to grab your lighter weights because we have our tricep extensions. I'm grabbing my 10s. You're going to lay on your back. Feet are flat on the floor. And we're going to dip, bend in the elbows, drop towards your ear. You're going to go for 3 reps. 1, 2, 3. And this is the tough part. Lift up, and you're going to come into a hollow hold. 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3. Tricep extensions. Now 3-second hollow hold. 1, 2, 3. And triceps. 1, 2. This is it. Last 1, 3. Rest. Arms are going to be tired. We have push-ups next. 10 seconds. Returning over. All right, palms underneath those shoulders. You can do this on your knees or on your toes. And go. If you're on your knees, make sure you keep that spine nice and straight. I want you to try to drop that chest all the way down to the floor and then come back up. Breathe in as you lower. Exhale. Push up. 15 seconds. Now push up. There's a lot in the chest, but you're lifting your whole body, so it's a lot of work. You have some core work in there, a lot of arm work, and rest. Turn over on your back. Tricep extensions and hollow hold. All right, arms are up straight over those shoulders. We're going to bend in the elbow. In 3, 2, 1. Bend in the elbow and then straighten. Breathe in as you lower. This is 2. We're going to do 1 more, and then we're going to go into that hollow hold and straight into that hollow hold. 1, 2, 3, and down. Extensions. 1, 2. If your pace is faster than mine, that's okay. Maybe you're knocking out those triceps faster than I am. And rest. 1, 2, 3, and hold. Rest. Beautiful. All right, guys, we have squats. We're back to those squats. For heel elevated, what you're going to do is you're going to grab those weights. Let's actually do this really quick. Put them about shoulder width apart, a little bit more than shoulder width apart. You're going to elevate your heel on the bar. We're knocking out squats. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do this flat if you need to. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 seconds, 13. I have to go fast. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 5 seconds, 19, 20, resting. Whoo! Resting for 45 seconds. This is not bad, guys. You guys just finished round 2. Round 3 is coming up. We're going to start in 45 seconds. Round 3, first exercise. We have alternating snatches. We've been working on this the past 2 weeks. You're going to hinge at your hips. If you need to, if you can't reach the dumbbell with that hand, then you bend in those knees to get lower. Bring it up, straight up overhead. You're using the momentum in your hips to get that weight up, similar to how you do a kettlebell swing. All right, I'm going to grab my heavier weight. Alternating snatches, and then lateral lunge to bicep curl. We did these 2 last week put together as well. And hinge, bend the knees if you need to. Snatch that dumbbell up, and then you're going to drop, switch sides. Breathe in as you lower, exhale, snatch. Now, if you can, you're coming up onto those tippy toes up at the top, getting that calf action in. Working on power. 3, 2, I'm going to do one more on the other side, make it even. Rest. All right, guys. Next exercise, lateral lunge to a bicep curl. I'm going to bring my feet nice and close together. Make sure no dumbbells are on your side. We're going to take a step out to the right. Lateral lunge, bicep curl, come up. Lateral lunge, bicep curl at the bottom, come up. Alternating right and left. You're putting a lot of work into those side glutes as you're pushing yourself back up. Breathe in as you lower, exhale, come up, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, got to make it even on the other side. Rest. Snatches. Drop that dumbbell in between your feet. All right, feet are a little bit more than shoulder width apart. We need room for that dumbbell. Hinge with the hips. Bend in the knees at the very bottom if you need to. And go. Snatch it up. We're switching sides down at the bottom. If you need to, maybe you don't drop the dumbbell all the way down to the bottom, but you switch. If that's better for your back, I want you to listen to your body. 15 seconds. Let's try to make it even on both sides. Think that hand brings that dumbbell to the collarbone and then straight up. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, lateral lunge to bicep curl. You're going to hold that weight right by your chest. Feet together. Take a step out to the right. Last time you're doing lateral lunges. And go. Step, bicep curl, bring it up. Other side, step, bicep curl, up, step, push off with that right foot using that glute. 15 seconds. We have done a full body workout today, guys, but big emphasis on our squats. We have squats coming up in 5. Well, we're resting in 5. Make it even on the left side if you have not already. And rest. Squats, guys. We're going to do we are going to do staggered squats. That means your right foot is forward just a little bit. So my toes and heel aligns, but it's a little out to the side. Think of train tracks, right? And we're going to squat. There's a little bit more emphasis on this right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 seconds, 9, 10, switch sides, left foot forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Beautiful job, guys. We're gonna walk around the room. I'm gonna walk up and down my mat using the space that I have, letting my heart rate come down, my lungs catch up. We're cooling down for about 30 seconds. Now, if you guys still want to knock out some more squats, you totally can. I'm gonna have you guys stand on your right foot if you're able. Grab that left foot, big reach up towards the ceiling, bring those knees together, good stretch for that quad, and then switch sides. Big reach. We're gonna do a couple more of these. We're letting that heart rate come down, stretching out those quads. You guys may feel completely stretched out though after that workout, but if you're doing a lot of squats, you may still feel really tight. All right, guys, we are done with class. If you want to continue knocking out more squats, if you're completing that challenge, keep going. I'm going to end this recording. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys need anything, have questions, please feel free to reach out, and I'll have a new challenge for you guys next week.